Hi, this is Alex Steen, and you're listening to Animal House Radio with Aaron and Dr. Mike.
It's the 28th of November, end of the month, last November 2008. My name's Aaron, joined with Dr. Mike on Animal House Radio. What's going on, buddy?
Not much. What's going on with you?
Not too much. Welcome to another edition of Animal House Radio, brought to you by our good friends at Hills, www.feedingisbelieving.ca. Give us a call tonight, 416-785-0680. Great show for you. Tonight's topic throughout the whole show is a pretty basic one. And what we want to do is we're kind of changing the philosophy around Animal House Radio. We're making things very informal with a simplistic approach, so anybody and everybody can call up the show and talk to us about something that may affect anybody.
Right.
So tonight's topic is outdoor cats. It is very simple, outdoor cats. Maybe somebody out there has a cat, and it is not an outdoor cat, but it's escaped. You know, sometimes it happens to everybody. It happens to my father's cat the other day. I accidentally left the door open. The cat ran out. So this is a great topic. Have you had experiences before in the past when it comes to an outdoor cat? Have you seen an outdoor cat? What do you usually think of when an outdoor cat? What are the pros and cons? Why do you choose to have your cat indoor rather than outdoor? Get on the phone lines, please, 416-785-0680. Or if you're a little bit shy of calling the program, you can email us a question at info@animalhouseradio.com. It's been a very great week, and I know for you, this is you're taking a week off. Got a great vacation coming up, a well-deserved vacation.
You. And you are supporting a new look. I see. We both got our haircuts nice and short, but it seems to be growing a little more on your chin there.
You know, I'm growing the beard because, as you know and everybody else knows, I play floor hockey, and I play for a great league, Toronto Sports Social, and Social Sports Club. I can't pronounce the name, but if you want more information, go to www.playingthefield.ca. Now, a lot of people have animals to be active and to walk their animals. This is a great thing if you want to play floor hockey or any other sports. It's for all ages. It's great to be active, and definitely, if you have any free time on your hands, go to www.playingthefield.ca and get in shape, you know, because some people use animals as an excuse to get an animal so they walk 2 or 3 times a day, or in my case, maybe walk once a day. Or walk outside with the dog, which is it's pretty funny. We're going to go to a little bit of news.
Infotainment.
Now, some news this week has been, good and bad. Not really happy with this one. This one's all over the news on City TV. This is all over on CP24 worldwide. Oshawa and in Edmonton as well, cats are mutilated. Now, this is going to obviously strike a chord, and if people are sitting around with their kids listening to the program, you may want to turn down the dial or ask your kids just to plug their ears. My mother used to do that every time. She used to cover my eyes when there was a dirty scene on in a movie. Everybody does it. So, anyways, after 2 attacks just weeks apart, Durham police are hunting a sadistic killer. 2 cats, their bodies mutilated and put on display in public places frequent by children in children's parks. I don't think sadistic is the proper word from this. I don't want to really go in details here, but you know what? I feel like I have a responsibility to, because in the news they have been on. If you watch any of the reports, they tell you exactly how the animals have been found and some of the things that are going on. And I think we kind of have a responsibility not to go into that much detail, because we have a lot of people here who obviously love cats, and hearing something like this hopefully will make you look at your cat, give it a big hug, and really understand at the issue of why maybe you shouldn't let your cat outside.
You know what scares me about these stories is, when you and I were talking about it earlier, a lot of these serial killers for people, if you look at, Jeffrey Dahmer and Charles Manson, a lot of these guys started out by mutilating cats. And it was sort of a start with that and then move towards the humans. So I hope this isn't a trend.
The disturbing thing is, and I was reading an article now, Jeffrey Dahmer, some of these other serial killers, they started off with hurting animals, but they would keep the animals and they would bury them. It was their thing of
they didn't display them like you were
exactly.
talking about.
This is something very different where someone is doing this, and I mean
they're obviously proud of it, which is scary.
Well, the thing is, I'm not going to go deep, but I mean these cats are found decapitated. Yeah. They're found with certain parts of their bodies missing, and these cats are put up on display for young children to see. So I don't think sadistic is the word. I think psychotic. I think someone, and this is what I don't understand. If someone like this is caught by the police, he faces no jail time. He faces a fine. I don't think that is right. And I would love to see and hear what people's opinions are. Anybody, 416-785-0680, because this story is at the heart of a lot.
It's pretty scary.
With a lot of things. And as well, in Edmonton, 10 cats this year in Edmonton, Alberta, right beside Saskatchewan. Edmonton, 10 cats have been found the exact same way in Edmonton. So we don't know if this is some sort of...
It's not the same guy. I mean, it's two totally different...
I know, but these things are continuing. And this is... It is horrible, and it's very... It's scary. This is something no one wants to hear.
My story isn't as scary as yours.
No, but I want people's opinions on this. What do you think? I'm asking Toronto and I'm asking the world. What do you think should we do if we find this person? What do we do to them? 416-785-0680. Info at animalhouseradio.com.
So my story is not quite as bad as yours, but essentially it's kind of an interesting fight that's going on between the government of Australia and a Canadian pet food company that exports their food to Australia. The company is called Champion Pet Foods.
I love Aussies.
And I didn't know the name of this company, but I do know the food they make, and the food is called Origin. So there's a Origin brand of cat food that this Champion Pet Foods Canadian company based in Edmonton is sending out to Australia, and they have found 6 cats that were paralyzed after eating this food.
Wow.
And at least 60 or 70 that were sickened by it. So it's scary. And the Australian government has gotten a number of veterinarians to look at these kitty cats, and Dr. Darren Foster in Sydney said that they're estimating that 400 cats have been exposed to this particular food. Ugh. Now, the interesting thing is it's a sort of a two-sided argument. What Champion Foods is saying, they're coming back and they're going to be looking at suing the government of Australia, because what they say is that Australia demands that their pet food, they're the only country that demands that their pet food be irradiated, because the food isn't cooked at the same high temperatures that other imported cat foods or pet foods are.
In layman terms, irradiating the food
is
that prior?
It's like radiation therapy. Essentially, they're irradiating it to kill the bacteria.
Okay. Because
Origin they often use fresh meats, and of course they're traveling all the way to Australia. The Australian government being worried about that
meats to go bad.
Exactly. So they irradiate them, and what this company is saying is because they're irradiating the foods, it's the radiation poisoning that's causing these cats to get sick. So the company is saying it's the Australian government's fault, and the Australian government saying it's the...
So they're going back and forth.
They're going back and forth.
And the thing that really has to do here is that we're talking about a Canadian company.
Right. Just sort of interesting, based out of Edmonton, and Origin is sold in 40 countries around the world, including Canada. It touted, again, as being one of those all-natural pet foods.
Is there... Well, I got a big issue with all-natural pet foods to begin with. But is there any cases of this anywhere else, or just strictly
in Australia? So, it's interesting.
If someone's blaming one person, the other's, if you're going to blame us, it's kind of slander. We're going to blame you at the same time.
Right. So
that's very, and if someone's listening from Champion Pet Foods, give us a call, 416-785-0680. We didn't get a chance to call you because I would have loved to talk a little bit more about the story. But this is fascinating, and to find out that one company, because there is this issue right now with people do not have trust in food companies when it comes to
after
animals.
the menu food scare.
Oh, exactly.
It's kind of hard.
Certain brands. I mean, there are certain brands that were not affected, that were very proactive even before this stuff happens. We support one of them, and they were very proactive. Not that the other ones weren't, but some of them were extremely proactive to make sure that these things never ever could or would happen.
Right. Exactly.
Right. So, once again, if you're a consumer, be educated about what you're buying for your animal. Speak to your vet. See what's really best for your animal.
And you can call these companies too. I mean,
they all have 800 numbers.
They do.
The
good ones do anyway.
The AFCO statements on the side of the bag.
Yep. So you can do your research.
And you know what? I got to stress this. If your bag of food, cat or dog, has no AFCO statement on the side, you got to be cautious about that.
Or not a 1-800 number. If it's a company that can't afford a 1-800 number, that's kind of scary too.
It is. I have a 1-800 number.
Yeah. There you go.
1-800-AARON.
Okay.
Ladies.
The final story it's sort of a nice little story. It doesn't sound very nice until you get to the end of it. But apparently the Animal Rescue League in St. John had to close down their animal shelter where they're housing about 127 animals because they had an outbreak of parvovirus, which is a deadly intestinal virus. Now, the interesting thing for me is it tends to occur in outbreaks. I haven't seen parvo in 3 or 4 years, and I would love if there's any Toronto veterinarians out there that are listening to the program, if they could email me at mike@animalhouseradio.com to let me know if you've ever seen one recently.